This video brought to you by Mike's Barbecue on Route 32 in Tallahassee. Come on down, we got some great food. That's Mike's Barbecue.
Is there anything wrong with being called a redneck? Every state has them, especially Florida. You just might find that everyone in the Sunshine State is at least a quarter redneck. The goal today is to show where the most rednecks live in the great state of Florida. How do we do it? We measure the things most rednecks love. You know, hunting, fishing, chewing tobacco, even Walmarts. Let's get started. Our first stop on the redneck circus of Florida starts in Mascot, a tiny little blip of a town along Route 50 east of Apopka. Mascot is a total example of what a redneck town is. Blue-collar workers, 70% white, and lots of fishing and hunting nearby. In fact, Mascot ranks 10th in the state for places to get fishing gear. There's nothing more redneck than sitting on your back porch with a Budweiser, listening to the Florida State game with your feet in the water. Westville is a tiny place in the Panhandle along Interstate 10. Westville is 9th for bars per capita, 13th for fishing and bait shops, and has the third most tobacco shops per person in the state. Plus, there's a large number of mobile home parks in the area. Sounds like redneck heaven to me. We continue our redneck tour of the Sunshine State in Perry, a little place just a short drive from Tallahassee. Perry ranks 4th in Florida for gun stores and 6th for fishing shops. According to the Urban Dictionary, the top keywords associated with Perry are fishing, hicktown, hunting, and redneck. This is the type of place that sells fishing licenses and welding hats at local gas stations. If you live in Brooksville, Florida, you just might be a redneck. Not only is Brooksville 2nd in the state for mobile home parks and 5th for gun stores, it's nearby the Chassahowitzka National Wildlife Area, where you can get your redneck kicks on with some good old-fashioned wild hog hunting. Nothing like chasing down some wild pigs after work. Seems like the Florida Panhandle just might be crawling with necks when you consider the statistics. Here in Quincy, there's plenty of fishing, but more importantly, they've got a Walmart, a Piggly Wiggly, a Winn-Dixie, and a couple of dollar stores to boot. Sounds like Quincy should be the capital of this redneck triangle, smack dab in the middle of the Panhandle. It'd be hard to find a better place for freshwater fishing than in Inverness, a smaller city east of I-75. Heck, word is you can take your fan boat out on these parks and get after more than 20 largemouth bass per acre. Plus, you're right next to the Citrus Wildlife Area, which has great hunting. You know, deer, turkey, gray squirrel, brown squirrel, armadillo, beaver, baby otter.
This is Mike at Mike's Barbecue again. Did I mention that we got gator? We got some good gator. Come down and try our gator and we will throw in some hush puppies. That's Mike's Barbecue on Route 32 in Tallahassee.
Continuing our neck tour of Florida, we come to a real redneck town of Starke. Starke is 4th for guns and ammo, 4th for fishing, and 18th for smoke shops. According to the Herald Tribune, Bradford County is one of the best in the state for hunting and fishing, especially for the delicious sunshine bass. Arcadia, Florida is way out in no man's land, meaning the necks here are free to get after it big time. With no one around to watch, Arcadia necks have all weekend long to get their trucks stuck in the mud. Arcadia has a Bass Pro Shops and a Walmart all to their very own. For a redneck, that's like short lines at Disneyland. Lewiston is on the southern banks of Lake Okeechobee. Here, you have one of the highest concentrations of bars and places to get drunk in the state. If you don't like lake fishing, there are plenty of other small ponds and lakes in the area. After all, when did no fishing sign ever stop a redneck anyways? And where's the most redneck city in Florida? Okeechobee itself. They rank 1st for gun stores, 4th for fishing stores, and they're 2nd in the state for mobile home parks. Plus, only 73% of the folks in Okeechobee finished high school. And as we all know, rednecks just hate school. If you live in Okeechobee or any of these other rednecky Florida cities listed, you live in redneck heaven. Consider yourself blessed. The end.